All right, Shalom. Before I get started, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shah, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shah, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shah, Kahala Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rechak Wadash. Secondly, I want to give double honors to all the elders and apostles throughout the four corners of the earth that's pushing this truth in all sincerity and righteousness in these last days. All right, now 100% truth lies with the elders and apostles, a great millstone. I also like to give double honor to the head of the elder of the Man of Israel camp, the Chazak, whom I teach under down here in Greenville, South Carolina. All right, and I also like to give another shout out to you, sincere Akim, you brothers out there that's pushing this truth in all sincerity and righteousness in these last days. All right, and I also like to give another shout out to you, Israelite foreigners that's looking like the other heathens, nations. All right, coming back to your heritage in these last days. And lastly, a quick shout out to you few out watching. All right, they're standing in order and doing what y'all need to do in these latter days. To y'all, like to say shalom. All right, and I'm coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shian Shah to do basically, a short and a sweet response. All right, to my folly. If you follow the elder, Elder Manat Zapbot, you were recently seeing a video that he did 2 days ago. As you can see, he did it 2 days ago, and he named it testimony when the man moved funny. All right, decency and in order. And that video that he did, the testimony that the video that he did, that video was on me. All right, and I'm basically give my input on it. Yes, what I did was not in order, and I was rebuked from it, from my elder and also the elder Manat Zakbot from GMS as well. I was rebuked for it, and what I did was not cause for, and it should have never happened. All right. If you watch this video, you basically got the rundown from it. But if you haven't watched it, you should go watch it. And basically take heed to it, man, because it could as it happened to me, it could also happen to you, to the rest of you. I can, and this is just a prime example, not to move this way. And I'm getting on myself first and foremost, man, because you got to get on yourself first before you can get on anybody else, because the scriptures tell you to take the own beam out your own eye before you try to, correct somebody else. So, I'm getting on myself in this video, and basically, this is an apology video, a little short apology video from me to him, and also not even to me, but to the head and the elder of my camp, because, he had no idea, that I did this. And that's why I said I was out of order. And that's also why the elder, my Zapbot, was out of order. And at that time, no, I did not look at it as me being out of order, man. I won't lie about that. No, I didn't. So that's why, I feel bad. I put shame not only on me, but more so to the camp and to the elder, man, because like I said, he had the camp had no idea about this, man. All right, so they still like to blame as well, because at the end of the day, we still a body, man. And it made me feel bad, like real bad, man. And basically, when I watched the video, I was at the plantation on lunch break, and the brother, as you can see with the other green garment, not the one circle, cause that's me, but the other Akim, right there, Aliyah, with the green garment on the left side, he ended up sending me, let me put my phone on this, sorry. He ended up sending me the video on my lunch break. And I work pretty much third shift. And this was like around 1 o'clock, no, around 12:40ish, 12:50ish, when I seen the video. And instantly when I clicked on the video and I saw that it was me, man, I ain't gonna lie, my heart instantly sunk, man, because I was like, damn, like it made me feel horrible, man. Like, honestly, it don't get me wrong, I was humiliated, through the unicorn. But at the end of the day, I still got to look at it as love, man. And that he wasn't trying to down me. He was just trying to get me to, see my actions or what was going or what I did was off, man. So I you can't be mad at the situation, because at the end of the day, you did it. I did it, man. I did it. So I can't be mad at nobody but myself, man, because I put myself in that situation, man. I put my damn self in that situation. And another thing too, that I want to clear up to the elder as well. I didn't travel, and I should have made that clear as well. I should have made that clear as well. I didn't. But anyway, I should have told the elder, from Myrtle Beach, when I went to him. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and give you the story. So basically, I hit his comment board because I was at Myrtle Beach. I actually came down to Myrtle Beach that Monday. I got down there kind of late, around 7 or 8 o'clock that night. But anyway, I got to Myrtle Beach basically because my job, I ain't gonna say where I work, but my job, every year they do like a mandatory damn near month leave, man. Like they just shut the whole damn job down for a whole month. So I was without work for a whole month, three weeks basically. So me and my rib just went on a weekday vacation. I hate to say that word vacation, but basically a week, because I'm not, you can ask any Akim in the camp. I don't go out. I don't, this is the first time, that I actually, went to like anywhere like Myrtle Beach, Florida, anywhere, where people like to go for a little vacation or something. I don't do that, So this is my first time, actually, doing something like that. And the only reason I went was because, I like I said, my job was out. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to miss camp. And I made it back to camp Saturday, But, I just wanted to, basically get a little week, to be able to go to the beach. And yes, I was still, doing my little videos or whatever. And, I was doing everything I need to do, while I was on, I wasn't taking no breaks, I was still doing my lessons, while I was down there. But like I said, I got down there Sunday, and I ended up hitting the elder comment board that Thursday, right? If I'm not, it was either Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not 100% sure, but it was one of those 2 days. But I believe it was more so Thursday. And I wish, YouTube would let you, see the comments of what day it was actually, what time it was actually posted. But, unfortunately, I can't. But basically, I either hit them up on either that Wednesday or Thursday. But like I said, I believe it was more so Thursday. So, since I was already down there, and I was like, you know what? Since I'm already down there, instead of me watching online, I was gonna try to see if I can come in person, and try to watch it live, actually in person. And I hit them up on the comment board. Matter of fact, let me see something. Oh damn, hold on. Yeah. I forget what video it was. Salat. But anyway, I ended up hitting them up on that Thursday, and I asked them, I said, Shalom, Elder Yahabashim, I was Shah Barakatah. I said, I know the spirit, roughly paraphrasing what I said, I know the spirit moved different ways, but usually what time do y'all teach? And he responded back to my comment and said pretty much, don't take it the wrong way, brother, but I'm trying not to butcher his words. He said, don't take it the wrong way, brother, but not at this time. See, and, I won't lie, yes, I did kind of got tripped up by what he was saying. And like I said, it's more so my fault, because I should have asked him to be more specific. That I take fault in that, because I should have asked him, do you mean like not at this time when you sent that comment, or like what time, not at this moment, meaning like, I don't want you at the camp at this moment, like, not at all, like, don't come at all. And honestly, and like I said, more so what I fucked up at, it was because I didn't get approval from my elder. Even if the elder from Myrtle Beach even did say I can come, I still should have followed order. I still should have fallen in order with the elder of my camp, because at the end of the day, like I said, the elder Menadazar would have said, yeah, I still had to get approval from my elder if I can come and approach him like that, man. You see? So I was in a dead wrong. And no, I did not look at, like I said, I did not look at it that way. I didn't. So this is pretty much a lesson learned from me to be more in order, man. You know, and yes, I was off, and yes, I have repented from what I've done. I had to, because the Lord still having it linger in my mind to know that I was out of order this whole time, man. I truly feel bad. Like I said, that I put shame to the camp and to the elder, man. You know, I put shame on our name. You know, and I made a big mistake also as well. Because I understand that there's a lot of agents, going on in these last days. You can't trust just anybody, and I don't blame him for pretty much. I don't blame the elder from Myrtle Beach for doing what he did, man. Because I mean, it makes sense why he would do that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, and like I said, I made a mistake by saying, I know it's a lot of agency going on, and when he did the response video, he said I didn't even have that in my mind. So now it made me look like I'm on agent time, or the camp on agent time, man. And that's not the case. And Yahweh Shem Shai is our witness on that, man. Yahweh Shem Shai know we not lying. So I mean, if brothers think we agents, it's cool. I understand why y'all think that, and I can't blame y'all for thinking what y'all thinking. But I will say, no, we are not agents. It was more so my mistake. Like I said, none of these brothers had no idea. Now, they did know I was going to Myrtle Beach, but they had no idea that I was going to approach the elder, because this really was a last minute thing. Like I said, because if I was to show you my Airbnb date, it was only to be down there from Monday to Wednesday. But I ended up staying, extra 2 more days while I was down there. And I was like, you know what, I'll just come back Saturday morning, which I did. I got back Saturday morning. But it didn't hit my spirit, till Wednesday to really, see if I can go see the elder, man. Because like I said, I texted him on that Wednesday or Thursday. So basically, I want to say salat for my actions, and, this is definitely a lesson learned. And before I close it, I do want to get one scripture. All right. I believe it's in Psalms. All right. This is the book of Psalms. I mean, it's not Psalms, a lot. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 27 and verse 5. It says, open rebuke is better than secret love. You see that? And this is definitely was an open rebuke, because this rebuke was on the unicorn, man. This wasn't no rebuke amongst the congregation. This is on the internet. This is on the unicorn, man. The unicorn, man. This is where everybody can see it, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not. I would rather be rebuked on the internet any day than from Yahweh Shem Shai taking the Rakakudash away from me any day. I would take that any day and not do it. Feel good? Hell the fuck no, it don't feel good at all. At all, because it's basically humiliating, man. Everybdy's seeing this. Now it's looking like, now they're looking at me like, oh no, we can't trust him. You know what I'm saying? It makes you look bad, honestly. And you basically got to work harder just to show yourself worthy, ascribing, for Yahweh Shem Shai. You basically got to push yourself even harder. And even the bot even said that, when they gave me the rebuke at camp, and yes, I'm suspended, by the way. I will be suspended. The Anah, which the brother, the on the right, or on the left side of me, with the black garment, because I'm the one in the green, but he the one next to me. He the one that suspended me. He the second head of my camp. Him and the elder, came in agreement, pretty much, that I will be suspended for my actions. And I even had the spirit of suspending myself because it was stupid. And like I said, I told them, I take full accountability on my actions, man. I take full accountability, man, because that wasn't called for at all. It wasn't called for at all, and I should have, used the spirit, and apparently I didn't. I just did whatever the fuck I wanted to do, and now I'm paying for it through the unicorn. And like I said, I'm glad the Lord allowed me to get rebuked on the Unihorn than for him to take his, Rakakwadash away from me. So at the end of the day, this was open rebuke to the public, to the internet. You know, this ain't no, good feeling. Like they say, first impression makes everything pretty much, man. Your first impression is your last impression, and this wasn't a good impression of me, and also to the camp. I brought shame to the camp. I brought shame to me. I brought shame to the elders, man. I mean, to the elder, of my camp. You see? So, like I said, this is the book of Proverbs 27 and verse 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. You see? So, this was the open rebuke that the elder did, but it's also love at the end of the day. Because he didn't have to rebuke me, man. I could have been still doing this, man. So the Lord saw that I was out of order, and I needed to fix that. And when I watched that video, I really had to sit down, and think to myself. I really had to think, where did this come from? Where did this me being out of order come from? Where did it stem from? You really got to ask yourself, when you being rebuked, you got to ask yourself, why is you being rebuked? Where is this rebuke coming from? What did you do to be rebuked? And I asked myself that. I pretty much was talking to myself. Basically like, dang, Lord, why, I'm being rebuked for this. And I realized how, why I was being rebuked, because I was being out of order. I've been out of order for a little minute now that I think about it. And I told the elder of my camp, I know where it stemmed from now. It stemmed from me being at camp. Basically, for example, let's just say, for example, we out here on the highways and byways, and a Christian or whatever, damn scoffer or whatever comes up, and the elder of the camp's supposed to be dealing with him. And for example, the elder may say something, then he say something like the dude or whatever may say something. For example, the dude may say, yeah, I wish I died for everybody. I may be like, what scripture? You see what I'm saying? That's out of order. That's out of order, because I'm not supposed to be talking to him. The elder's supposed to be talking to him. So that's why I say that's where that stems from. And it just led up to me being rebuked on the Unihorn. So that's why I say this is a wake-up call to me, first and foremost. And this is also, to you other brothers that's newer coming into the faith, man. To not move like how I did in that video. Well, in that lesson, well, it really wasn't no video on it, but this is a wake-up call to y'all not to be doing that. You see? And I only been in this truth for 4.5, going on 5 years. It will be 5 years around October-ish, November, when I came in. Came in like mid-October, early November 2021, So I'm fairly still, young, but at the end of the day, I knew better than that. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse. I should have known better. I've been in this truth for a little minute for me not to truly know what order is, man. And apparently I didn't, because why? I didn't follow it, and I didn't follow order. I was way out of order, man. So I want to say Salakia once again to the elder Manat Zapbot from Myrtle Beach, and I also want to say Salat to the elder of my camp, the Chazak, and also to the rest of the ICAM that's a part of the Man of Israel camp, because they pretty much told me. I broke down. I cried, man. They told me, basically like I hurt them with that one, man, because they know, man. Like, oh yeah, man. Like it hurted me, man. I had to shed tears for that one, man, because it hurted me knowing that I hurted them and I made them look bad. It still fucks with me. It's, man. The Lord, still having it in my mind. He vexing it in my mind to let me know, don't do this shit no more. And I just gotta let this be a lesson learned and strive harder, man. I mean, once again, the water for the rebuke, to all the ICAM, I looked at it as love, and, and the water to Elder Zakbot for also doing the video, you know, for me to see my actions, you know. So I do want to say Slop, and I pray that I be forgiven of this action that I've done. And I just pray that this never happen again. And Lord willing, Yahweh Ratazah, it don't happen again. And Lord willing, Yahweh Ratazah, it don't happen to none of you Akim out there, man, because this ain't no good feeling. It's not, man. It's not. So, Lord willing, you know, the video was edifying, you know, and we're going to move on from there. Lord willing, was edifying. I'm going to close it with giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakudash. Shalom on to the next time. Shalom.